Where does your term that you use frequently, victimology, play into this?
Victimology is, I didn't know in 2000 that that word was going to kind of come up. I got it from something Orlando Patterson wrote in his book, The Ordeal of Integration. It just struck me as a useful term. I didn't know that it was going to be taken as a real word, but apparently now some people think of it as one. What I meant by that was that you can cast yourself as a victim disproportionately to what your experience is. And the reason that one might do that is because there is a sense that alienation for its own sake is a kind of higher awareness. Or, you know, Peter, to tell you the truth, I think that to an extent, alienation can be easy when it's a pose. For example, if you're an actor, high anger is one of the easier things to convey. You frown, you yell, that's not that hard. And I think that sometimes there's a siren song in that, because especially today, when our problems are so much more complex and it's so much harder to draw the lines, there's work to do. When you look at some of the problems that there are in the black community, it is harder and harder to say the reason for that is that white people don't like black people, or even the reason for that is that white people need to get up off of something so that black people can get beyond that. Generally, it's a much more complicated issue today, and it's not just black people need to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps, which is something I've never written anywhere. But it's hard. Nowadays we're talking about serious awareness raising, we're talking about grassroots activism, we're talking about realizing that change usually happens slowly, that we're not going to have another March on Washington that changes the mind of the country. It's going to be slow. And I think that a lot of people are daunted by that. I think a lot of people are distracted from that. And so what you get instead is